Hello everyone. We hope that you are doing well. If this is your first time on this channel, welcome to YouTube official verified US Immigration Updates channel, and welcome back if you are returning. We have got some significant news to discuss that could have far-reaching implications on immigration policies and the border. In this video, we're going to talk about the stunning backlog report which states 1.8 million in Green Card Backlog. So once again, good morning, afternoon, or evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, and welcome again. If you are interested in learning more about this topic, stay tuned until the end of this video. If you like this video, please click the subscribe button, the like this video button, and don't forget to press the bell icon to get new updates instantly and directly to your YouTube. So, without any further delay, now let's get into the video and find out what the latest updates are on U.S. immigration. This year, the number of pending employment-based green card applications reached a fresh all-time high of 1.8 million. Due mostly to low green card caps for employer-sponsored immigrants and investors, the backlog is comprised of immigrants who are now waiting to acquire their green cards. Because of the nation restrictions, no country can acquire more than 7% of the green cards. This means that the 1.1 million cases from Indians in the backlog are responsible for the majority of the burden caused by the flawed system. New candidates from India will have to wait for the rest of their lives, and over 400,000 of them will pass away before they are granted a green card. The backlog of employment-based green card applications is broken down by processing stage in Figure 1. When an employer submits a petition on behalf of a worker, the procedure officially begins. In the event that there are no available green cards due to quotas, the petition will be placed on a waiting list until a spot becomes available. Last but not least, an immigrant worker may submit an application to change their status to that of a permanent resident, the green card application, if and when a quota place for green cards becomes available. There is a similar step-by-step process for investors and employment-based, special immigrants, which include Afghan interpreters in addition to, strangely enough, abandoned immigrant children. These special immigrants are granted immigration privileges based on their jobs. In March 2023, there were 80,324 employment-based petitions, I-140, I-360, and I-526, that were in the processing stage. These petitions represented approximately 171,635 people when the wives and minor children of the workers were added. Another 1.3 million people were placed on a waiting list, and 289,000 people had pending applications to alter their status. Additionally, there were some employment-based immigrants waiting for immigrant visa adjudications at consulates overseas. However, the State Department does not give any information regarding the number of cases in this category. Additionally, there are certain petitions in the backlog that were filed on behalf of the same person, which has led to some instances of double counting. In addition to this, there is a backlog of 123,234 applications for permanent labor certification, which marks the beginning of the line for employment-based green cards. More than half of the backlog is in the EB2 category, which is reserved for workers with advanced degrees who are employed by companies in the United States. Another 19% fall into the EB3 category, which is reserved for workers who have earned a bachelor's degree or above. About 13% of all immigrant visas are granted under the EB4 category, which is reserved for special immigrants. These special immigrants include translators from Afghanistan and Iraq as well as children who have been abandoned. Another 6% are reserved for significant investors in the EB5 program. The remaining 3% are classified as other workers under the EB30 category since they have employment that do not require a college degree. India is responsible for around 63%, or 1.1 million, of the 1.8 million cases that are now in the backlog. Another almost 250,000 come from China, which accounts for 14% of the total. Nearly 10% of immigrants come from Northern Triangle nations including El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala, primarily in the EB4 special immigrant category. For new applicants coming from India, the backlog for the EB2 and EB3 categories, which are combined because applicants can switch between them, appears to be the equivalent of a life sentence, 134 years. This conclusion is based on an in-depth investigation of the situation. There will be around 424,000 people who pass away while waiting for employment-based benefits, and more than 90% of them will be Indians. Given that Indians now make up half of all newly sponsored immigrants by their employers, almost half of all newly sponsored immigrants will pass away before they are granted a green card. A staggering 17 years of waiting are in store for Chinese applicants in certain categories. In the EB4 category, waiting durations for Salvadorans, Hondurans, and Guatemalans are all approximately the same length of time. The Northern Triangle nations and Mexico are anticipated to witness a considerable rise in the number of green cards, but this will come at the price of the number of green cards allotted to other countries as a result of a change that the Biden administration has made to the way it administers the country restrictions for the EB4 category. However, even if these countries were to acquire all of the green cards that will be issued in the future, they would still face wait times that span many decades. The employment-based backlog is in addition to the 8.3 million case backlog that is now being held up by the family-sponsored system. These amazing backlogs and large wait times highlight how difficult it is to legally immigrate to the United States. Even getting to the point where you can enter the backlog requires a huge amount of good luck, and the lucky few who make it through the maze face the terrifying potential of never truly acquiring green cards in their lives or even in the decades to come. That's all we have for you in this bulletin. I hope you found this video useful. We will continue to keep a close eye on the developments as immigration-related updates and will publish new videos when there are more updates. The U.S. Immigration Update channel provides all necessary visa information and procedures for your U.S. immigration journey. It is important to understand the United States immigration processing steps, visa application requirements, processing times, forms, fees, and more. We will continue to provide all information about U.S. visitor visas such as B1 and B2, work visas such as L1A, L1B, and H1B, student visas, green cards, immigrant visas, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5, and family immigrant visas. Thank you for visiting us today, and we'll see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe channel for more U.S. immigration update videos.